Hi everyone, it's Helen from Womankind Yoga. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about self-esteem and the role that yoga can play in helping to build self-esteem. So this is something that I've had sort of a lot of personal experience with, really. So I've been doing yoga about 11 years, and I went through some big changes in my 20s. And some of those changes left me in a place where I realised that I had quite low self-esteem. And my yoga path, my yoga journey in the last sort of 11, 12 years has really helped to develop self-esteem. So some people think that yoga is just about getting a nice fit body and doing postures on a mat. So that's just one element of it. And my approach with Womankind Yoga is to really take a sort of holistic angle for yoga, so that the practices we do can help to benefit both the body and the mind. And that's where self-esteem comes into it. So some people might begin a yoga practice or come to class for the first time feeling very, very self-conscious. Some people have the sort of really unfair belief that they're not any good at yoga, or that they won't be any good at it, or that maybe it's just not something they feel confident in doing. And actually coming to class can really help sort of open people up to the possibility that it doesn't matter how you feel inside, how you feel about your body or your mind. Beginning a gentle, compassionate yoga practice can really transform how you feel about yourself. And as I say, that's something I've had personal experience with. In my 20s, I was actually a journalist. I worked in the media, and I talked in my first film about how I suffered from stress. So when I decided that the media wasn't for me anymore, I left that. And I started to take a good hard look at myself, and I looked into the reasons why I had fallen into a place of stress, anxiety and depression. And lots of research and therapies and a yoga practice basically eventually led me to the understanding that I suffered from quite low self-esteem, and that's something that had developed or the esteem had failed to develop in me as a teenager and as I grew up, growing up with problems in the home. So I began reading a lot about self-esteem and the impact that low self-esteem can have. So when you do have low self-esteem, you find it, for instance, much harder to pick yourself up when you have difficulties in life. Perhaps you don't feel so strong and sure of yourself, so you're more easily shaken than perhaps somebody who has a stronger sense of self-belief and identity. And with so low self-esteem, it's quite common to often feel sort of not as good as other people, and to feel like you don't take criticism very well. And that's something I'm still working on, actually. But those things put together with sort of other environmental factors, like sort of a job that's far too stressful, sort of too many demands on you during the day, and perhaps difficult working relationships with people, can mean that low self-esteem can cause some issues. And can contribute to anxiety and depression. So how can yoga help self-esteem? Well, for me, yoga helped me connect with myself, and that's what it is. So one of the definitions of yoga is the union of the self. So through a yoga practice, I've been able to find my own sense of strength and my own sense of peace. And that's hopefully what I try and deliver to you through the classes, is learning how we can connect with our bodies, connect with our hearts, and actually believe in ourselves, and also feel connected with the world around us in a way that helps us feel safe and secure. And self-esteem is something that it can still take a knock, and it's still something to be worked on all the time. But what I found through many years of doing yoga is that every time you step onto the mat, every time you take a deep breath, or even if you're just sitting somewhere quiet, doing some gentle breathing practice or meditation, every time you connect with your heart, every time you connect with your breath, it's once again connecting with that self, that sense of I am and me, and that I'm fine and I'm loved exactly as I am. And that's really, I think, what the key to self-esteem is having the ability to be with yourself, to sit with yourself and feel a belief in yourself, in your heart, and that no matter what happens, what anyone says, what your path in life takes, that inevitably you are still able to close your eyes, breathe and be with yourself, and be comfortable and happy with your own being. And so what I help to do, or what I aim to do through my classes, is to help as many people as possible find that benefit from yoga, as I certainly have. And so that's just a thought for the day. I hope that is beneficial to you. Okay, see you soon. Bye.